Everybody, welcome to a brand new Brick and Driver, where today we're going to be comparing and contrasting three cars, three mid-sized sedans, and we're playing it as it's late 2005. So what we have here, we have the Neptune Curse, I think is how you say it, I don't know. The Torihatsu Ballet, and then just coming out here for 2006, so it's late 2005, 2006 is the Motorline Type 6. So, for our scoring today, we're going to be doing our normal ones. We have styling, interior, practicality, speed, parking, braking, and handling. So yeah, let's get right into it by looking at the looks of the cars, and right away, to be honest, I'm gonna have to go with the Torihatsu here because the front end looks more sleek and modern than some of its other competitors. The back end, it kind of has some sharper edges and whatnot that I don't like, but the front end just gives me this sleek feel and everything like that, which is why I like it, which is why I'm going to give the Torihatsu the win in styling. It should be mentioned also that there are many versions of the Ballet, including a couple sporty versions, wagons version, and there's even a Ute version, but we've chosen the base model for this one due to pricing and competition between these other two here. So, for second place, I'm going to give it to the Neptune, and here's why. When you look over here at the Motorline, to be honest, the wheels pop out a little bit too much for me. The front end looks a little bit too bland, in my opinion. And I kind of like the back end with the license plate and everything, but still, it looks like they put a little bit more detail into the Neptune. So the Neptune is going to get second place. 10, meaning the Motorline is going to go 5. Now moving on to the interior section. And let's start over here with the Motorline, which is going to get first. Why do I say that? Because, first of all, you have opening doors here, which is amazing. Oops. Not what I want. And are these like pedals or something? Yes, it has pedals. That's cool, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, you get in here, you have super detailed seats. I mean, amazingly detailed seats. You have little gauges in there and the airbag. So, easy win for the Motorline on that one. Now the Neptune. Get in there. It has little lines going across the doors and a full steering wheel setup, everything like that. When you go over here to the Tori, it's pretty bland, I have to be honest. You get the door handles, and that's about it. I wish Torihatsu would put a little bit more work into their interiors. Their cars drive amazing. They probably have the best handling cars in brick rigs for their pricing and everything. But when you look at the interior, it's pretty bland. So I think Torihatsu would do really well in these challenges, and they already do, but I think they do even better if they were to do interiors. And the Neptune, there's areas where it can improve, obviously, but it's going to be able to squeeze out the Tori in that department, which means that all of the cars are tied at 20. Coming into the third challenge, which is practicality. Sorry, it's late at night and I'm tired, in case you haven't noticed. But, whoops. So, when we looked at practicality, I mean, two things with these sort of cars are backseat room and trunk space. And you can tell here the motor line has quite a bit of trunk space, and the back seats are decent. The Ballet has a decent amount of trunk space, although I don't think it has as much as the motor line, and the back seat is not as much. The Neptune, about the same as the Torihatsu there. Back seat room. And also, like, pretty equal in trunk space. I'm gonna have to get a brick here to, like, see which one's bigger, to be honest, because I can't really tell. Let's go with 6, and I have to put a driver's seat on somewhere. Forget about that. Let's get the brick. And place it. No, I don't want that. So yeah, that's there. I would say that it begins like here-ish. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to the Neptune on this one. So, Torihatsu, after starting out really well with styling, moving down with back-to-back last places, and the Neptune 10, and then Motorline getting up there with 15. So, now we're going to do speed. And I'll go with the Motorline first, which, if I'm honest, kind of sounds like Brickline, but whatever. I can't help but notice something. The steering wheel moves backwards. Okay, so we're going here. Straight. I'm now turning right. The steering wheel's moving left. I'm going to mark it off 5 points on the interior because of that. I mean, when your car's steering wheel doesn't move the correct way, I think, and I think you guys will agree, that that's a reason to take away points, to be honest. So, now moving into road here. And that was a fail. Okay, starting out in second gear. 3, 2, 1, go. And 72 miles per hour. Okay, let's get the Tori. Might help if I turn the parking brake off. And remove the random brick sitting on the back. Whee! And I said that Torihatsu knew how to make a good handling car. They're not always the fastest in the straight line, but they generally do pretty well. But when you get into a corner, they're really good. So we'll see how they do when it comes into the handling section. Although Neptune, the owner of Neptune, also works with Noto and Noma, and they generally make good handling cars. I mean, the Velocross is a little bit drifty, but other than that, they generally do pretty well. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 72 is the speed to beat. It's definitely going to beat that 82 miles an hour. And its brakes also appear to be better as well, just from there, but the actual braking challenge will decide that. Yeah, indicators. Good. Didn't test that in the other cars. Well, on the Motorline, I was too worried about the backward steering wheel. And that's actually kind of depressing, to be honest, with the Motorline, because they did so well with the rest of the interior, with the seat backs and everything. Why ruin it by just putting your steering wheel the wrong way? 3, 2, 1, go. 72 and 82. $66. So, in there, the Torihatsu takes first in speed. The Neptune getting last for the first time. They spent all second place for it. And then the Motorline second. So now we're going to move into braking. And we're doing 40 miles per hour. Okay. There we go. So, I'm going to move it over out of the way a little bit. But, there we go. Pop into the Motorline. Yep, indicators. Good, they're not backwards. Oh my, that just barely was worse. I mean, like, super, super close. Yeah, like 1/2 of a bob. Go over here in the other line. I noticed before that the ABS failed a bit in the last one, so when I was stopping. But that isn't going to make a difference here. Move up a little bit just because parking brake wasn't on. But there you go. Torihatsu taking another one here. You're seeing a trend. It's taking all of the ones related to performance. 15. Neptune getting another second place with 10. And then the Motorline last. So now I'm going to set up parking. See you in a second. Alright, since I clicked on the Motorline first, we'll do the Motorline. 3, 2, 1, go. So close. Use my backwards steering wheel. In. Now the FJM is a long car, so you gotta make sure not to hit it. There's also a post there. The headrests don't interfere with the rear view thing too much, so that's good. But this is looking for a good time of 40 seconds flat. So now we'll do the Torihatsu. Three, 2, 1, go. If it can't make it up the slope, the thing here, it can teleport up, but it just costs it time. But just managed to make it up. Actually, kind of surprised. Turning, good. Hit the FJM. But that was good, so let's get out of here. Come on. 41.3, but we have to add 5 seconds, so it's actually going to be 46.3. Now, the Neptune. Pop this up here. 3, 2, 1, go. The higher suspension motor line also helped because I think it took me a little bit more time to get up this. So, but that's going to be the same for pretty much any Brick Rigs parking lot. So, come on, nope. Yes, it's going to be able to do it. You did not crash into anything? Let's see it here. It's got to beat 40 seconds. 39.8. To be honest, that probably was just my reaction time, so I'm going to call it a tie between the motor line and the Neptune. I think. You guys think that's fair? Because that very well could just be something I did and not have anything to do with the car. So the Torihatsu gets last. But the Neptune and the motor line are both going to tie, which means they both get 10 points. Okay, now we're going to move on to handling. Slip this on, go, and we'll do the Neptune first. Okay. Reset. 3, 2, 1, go. Help if I release the parking brake. And for this challenge, you don't have to be first person, but I found it's way easier when you do first person. Okay, a little bit of understeer, but the brakes weren't fantastic coming into the corner either. I think I should be able to keep third without it spinning out of control. A little bit of oversteer there, but I also was in a pretty high gear. I'm going to go down to second for this turn. Okay. And crossing the line in 59 seconds flat. 3, 2, 1, go. Should I have to turn the wheel on the keyboard the opposite way because the steering wheel is all screwed up? Whoa. Powering up the hill. Yep, it likes to oversteer. No question about that. Change down a gear. See if that helps. Come on. Okay. Now the blind corner. So it can't really make up its mind. Does it want to oversteer or does it want to understeer? But it is going to be able to beat the Neptune with 58 seconds. Now the Torihatsu. This is kind of my pick just because of how well it did with it did braking speed, and Torihatsu generally does pretty well. And I've driven the faster versions of this more than I have this version, and they all handle really well. So I'm hoping they kept the suspension basically the same. But anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that was a bad start on my part. Really good through there. cut in a bit, but brakes were better than the other two, so I braked when I would brake for the other two, and I got a bit surprised. Wow. Like, no understeer, no oversteer. This thing is fantastic. Okay, yeah. And got a bit off course there, but should be fine. Oh, yeah. Okay. Coming up. Over the hill. And now powering up across the line in 55.95, which beats the other two, making the Torihatsu our winner here. So 15, Neptune takes last, so 5, and then the motor line second last with 10. So let's add up our totals here. Torihatsu 15, 20, 25, 40, 45, 60, 75. Neptune 10, 20, 30, 35, 45, 55, 60. Motor line 5, 15, 30, 40, 50, 55, 65. So, the main conclusion I can draw away from this is, the Ballade, the Torihatsu, was designed for the driver's car, basically. And they kept like things the same as the faster version, just different engines, a little bit less tuned, obviously, because it won everything performance related, except for parking, but that isn't really super performance related. But anyway, it won speed, it won braking, won handling, and styling as well. Motor line's basically just an interstate cruiser, to be honest. That's what it's designed for. And the Neptune's sort of an in-between. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Your winner here today with 75 points is the Torihatsu Ballade. Be sure to check out all of these on the workshop. Subscribe, rate them up. Please don't write them down. These builders put a lot of time and effort into their builds. I know, because I am one myself. I'm not a good builder by any means, but I put effort into mine, and I know these guys put way more into it than I do. It takes them a lot of time to do it, and you can download them for free. So it's not like they're ripping you off for anything. You can get these for free. So whatever you do, don't post like nasty comments. I mean, joking around, like trying to be a friend or something, is different than just like spamming nasty comments in people's comment sections. And don't rate them down, please. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.